Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share a video of doing a media journal spread. Today I don't really want to say recently, this was probably about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, but I watched Glass Onion, a Knives Out, I think it's a Knives Out mystery from Netflix, and I wanted to document that particular movie in here. It seems to be basically they're a series of movies, because I think they're working on number 3, or number 3 is already out, but I've watched 1 and 2. So The Glass Onion was the first one, I believe, and then I watched the second one. This was a really good filler movie. It wasn't like anything over the top for me or anything like that, but it was a good filler movie in between watching the animes I was watching and rewatching Stranger Things, because my mom had never watched it. So I rewatched like all the season. We binge watched all of those since they finally ended the series. So this was a really good filler movie. There were a few characters in here that are known for other things, so that was really nice as well for them to use basically an all-star cast. But here I'm just basically putting some double-sided tape that I get. Now I bought my double-sided tape from Dollar Tree on the back of the printouts that I printed out. And I use a double-sided tape because in this particular journal, I got it from, I believe it was Dollar General, in a 3-pack. So the pages are not very good. They warp very easily. And I used to use a lot of the Elmer's glue with the purple, and I still do. But in this particular journal, it warps the pages like really bad. Like almost like watercolor hitting it. And I don't mind that if I'm using watercolors, but not because of glue that I used. So I use a double-sided tape, and then I can't remember the other glue, but I think I've talked about it in previous videos. I get it from like Michael's or any other craft stores, online as well. However, it is more on the expensive side, but it is a liquid glue. So I do like to use that one, but I'm almost out of what I have. So I just used a double-sided tape. Plus it was what was in my on-the-go journaling pack. So again, just putting that down. And basically what we're going to do in the first part of this video, we're going to actually decorate the page, and then in the second part I'm going to actually journal. Again, real-time journaling, decorating, and journaling as well. I'm doing the voiceover as of right now because my son, as you know, in the past video, he was running in and out. It is hardly any time that I don't have with my son besides going to work, going to doctor's appointments that are scheduled for myself. I don't spend a lot of time away from him, and it really shows. But he's a kid, and I want him to be a kid. It's just, this is one of the main reasons why I haven't been uploading videos, is because he's been in the background. So I would love to do more chatty videos with you all, instead of doing voiceovers. But again, he would be in the videos. And I think later in the video, while I'm actually real-time journaling, I think my husband came in and had a whole conversation because he went to work. And he had a couple questions, and we needed to send some money to his family. So it was just, he came in and had a conversation with me. So, honestly, I just don't have the time or the means to actually pretty much do journaling videos unless I'm up at the crack of dawn. And I don't even want to say the crack of dawn. I want to say like 3 o'clock in the morning. I get up early enough already to try to come out to the gym, either the gym at work or going to Planet Fitness with one of my coworkers. And I get up at literally 5 o'clock to do that. And my son is up with me at 5 o'clock. So there's literally no time that I have without him. Here I'm just sticking it down. Journaling has been going well for me, though. I did want to talk a little bit in the first part of this video about my journaling, how it's been going. I do have a multi-journal or multi-book ecosystem, which I'm going to be honest with you, scares the heck out of me, because I've always been like the one journal dunsies, pretty much. I've had a planner and I've had a journal, and that's pretty much all it has been. But again, as I said in that video, I realized that I documented a lot of things that happened in my journal, but the journal that I documented it in is more of a personal journal where I have my personal thoughts. I have my ups, I have my downs. And while I think that it is good that my children, especially my girls, do see that side of me, I'm very raw sometimes in that particular journal. So with me being that raw, I don't want them to see that rawness all the time from me. I'm very critical of myself. I'm very critical of things that go on around me. And when things go wrong, like I'm always one to expect the worst, but even when the worst happens, like, I don't know how to explain it. I journal about it. I write down my feelings because a lot of people don't want to hear these things. So I want them to be able to do something like that, but that's not what I want them to see, especially when we're talking about, oh, well, you know, Maite's graduated from high school, or it's someone's birthday. And even though it may be someone's birthday, maybe something didn't go as planned on the birthday, and I'm overly critical about it. So I want them to be able to see the good things that happen and the bad things that happen, so they're documented and they can come back and read them and, you know, about what happened, but without all of the noise of my brain in it, if that makes sense. So essentially I have I think someone called it like creative memory journaling or something like that. That's not necessarily what I call it, but I mean, if that's what most people are calling it, and I guess that's what we're going to call it. But that's one where they can go in and actually read. It's literally just documenting what happened, a couple of pictures and stuff, and that's actually my traveler's notebook. Then I have this one that is my media journal, and when I started this one last year, it was only basically what I have watched. I started as a K-pop, honestly, not K-pop, K-drama, there we go. A K-drama journal, but it ended up being much more because I realized that I was watching things. However, it was more than the K-dramas. So I started adding in movies, I started adding in anime, TV shows, and I think I'm going to also add in games, maybe. I've seen a couple people who have a different game journal. I tend to buy games that go on and on, like the updates just keep coming and coming and coming, so there's like really no like into the game. Well, I guess to the initial storyline there is. So I don't think that I game enough to have a separate journal, so I would just utilize this media journal. Then I also have my, I guess you could say, tracker and commonplace journal. Right now, what I have in there is I'm tracking like my books, the games that I currently have and need to play, games that I want to get this year. I'm also looking at buying a gaming laptop this year, considering I don't have a lot of space to have a full setup. But I'm looking to kind of not necessarily replace my PlayStation and my Nintendo, but to have kind of everything on one platform. I think I'm ready to do that. So there's going to be a couple games that's going to be added there. I think I track TV shows, movies, and anime in there as well. And then again, it's commonplacing. So I think right now, currently in that journal, I have a couple of song lyrics that really hit home from two or three different songs. And then I also have a couple of things that I wanted to research. I know everybody has been talking about this is going to be their analog year, but I'm not entirely sure I'm going completely analog, but I'm trying, because I know I'm not. I love YouTube, and I know that I'm going to watch YouTube, but I am trying to stop scrolling on TikTok and stuff. Facebook I already don't do. I did re-download Instagram, got on and liked a couple of things, and I hardly ever own it. So I'm just trying to stay away from those things. And actually not have brain rot, to be honest with you. So crocheting is one of the things, and I've got, I think, maybe 2 crochet patterns that I wrote down in there as well. It looks like here I'm just putting down washi tape, and I believe that washi tape I got from, I want to say I got it from Amazon. They were just like plain color washi tapes. And then the tannish looking one that I put down next, I got that from a friend of mine. It's a Simply Gilded washi tape. But the journaling is going well. So my planner is going well as well. I pretty much have the same format of that, and it's working so far. So we're going to keep that. So I'd love to know in the comments how journaling has been going for you all throughout this year so far. I know we're only in February, about to be in March, but I would love to know how it's going. I find myself journaling more and more, and I'm doing more of what I've researched and found out is more of stream of consciousness writing. I know a lot of people do morning pages. I don't do morning pages, or they have a separate notebook for morning pages. I can't necessarily say I don't do morning pages. I do get up sometimes in the morning, just depending on how I'm feeling, and I may reach for my journal, and I'll start writing from there. My journal also goes with me now. It goes with me to work. I find myself, I have like an hour lunch break. So what I'll do is I'll eat, and while I'm eating, I'll journal. I'll eat and journal, or I'll eat and read for a half an hour. And then we have a gym in our basement. And then I will go and either walk outside, or I'll go and do a workout for 30 minutes in the gym. Okay, so here I'm about to start journaling. So what I'm going to do for this portion of it, if you guys still want to actually watch me journal, I'm just going to put up some hopefully cozy music, and I encourage you to journal along with me. thanks for joining me today. I really hope to see you in the next one.